Buying a laptop computer is a significant investment. For most of us, selecting the right laptop will require making difficult decisions and compromises. There are a number of issues that should be taken into consideration before buying a laptop. Making a list of all the ways you plan to use your laptop will help you determine what features you will need your laptop to have. We use laptops for many different reasons, and each type of use needs different laptop features. The most important issue to think about when buying a laptop is how and when you will use it. So decide what you want your laptop for. Will you use it for school, work, or just pleasure? If you are using it for school or work only, you will only need an operating system like Windows, a web browser, and internet access. However, if you are looking to play computer games, make music or movies, view and edit photos, you will need a great deal more. The point being, decide what you want to do with your laptop. The next thing you might want to consider is the price. How much can you spend on your laptop? As a rule of thumb, buying a laptop computer is going to cost you more than a desktop, so you'll need to be prepared to make a significant investment for your laptop. It is a good idea to budget $1,500 to $2,000 to cover everything you will need, although it is totally possible to get a quality laptop for much less if you have limited needs or are willing to make compromises such as used laptops or refurbished laptops. Next in our video, we will talk about screens, or your laptop's monitor. There are a number of different sizes available for laptop screens. Laptop screens are measured diagonally from point to point. So when you hear that a laptop screen has a 15-inch screen, it is measuring it from diagonal point to diagonal point, not left to right, which is commonly thought of. For a typical workstation or primary computer laptop, you probably want to choose a laptop with a 14 to 15-inch screen. If you want something more portable, you'll want to stick to the range around 11 to 13 inches. However, keep in mind that if you're looking to use your laptop for entertainment or multimedia purposes, you probably want to get a larger screen, perhaps a 17-inch screen, even if you will be traveling often. Recently, they have come out with widescreen multimedia laptops. This is great if you plan on doing HD or Blu-ray videos or video editing. The display resolution signifies the number of dots or pixels on the entire screen. For example, 800 by 600. The higher the resolution, the more dots or pixels on your display device. The more dots or pixels, the higher the quality of the image you'll see. Memory. Laptop memory is generally known as RAM, Random Access Memory. It is also known as volatile memory because the data it holds is lost when the laptop is turned off. RAM is responsible for storing information that you access frequently. However, it is not a permanent memory system. Your hard disk is responsible for that. But since hard drive takes longer to access than RAM, it is RAM that causes your computer's speed to be faster. Keep that in mind when buying a laptop. To make this a bit more clear, most of your applications that are running on your desktop are stored in RAM that are accessed very quickly. So if you plan to use multiple applications at once, higher RAM will be very beneficial. A good business use laptop requires around 1 gigabyte of memory. You can get by with 512 megabytes and work with Windows XP easily. However, we recommend you don't go any lower than that. If you plan to use your laptop for gaming or video editing, you might want to consider 2 gigabytes of memory. If you have a limited budget, we suggest you start with smaller memory, such as 1 gigabyte, but make sure that your laptop can handle additional memory or upgrades. Something to keep in mind. Memory is perhaps the easiest thing to upgrade in a laptop, and there are a number of quality memory manufacturers that provide memory at a savings over the original manufacturer. Let's talk about your laptop's processor. Your processor, or CPU, Central Processing Unit, are the brains of your computer. The CPU is also responsible for the speed of the computer and what types of programs it will be able to handle. Enough RAM and CPU are needed for running multiple programs at once and using the computer for multimedia purposes. A processor speed is measured in hertz or gigahertz. The larger the value, the faster the processor. For high performance, look for a processor with dual core. The dual-core processor consists of 2 complete execution cores in one physical processor, and therefore doubling the power of the processor without taking up extra power from the battery. Intel is the name brand for dual-core processors. Their processors are called the Intel Core 2 Dural processors. But you might also want to consider a lesser-known brand such as AMD. Their series is the Turon 64X2 Dural Core processors. Our experience is that AMD processors often provide higher performance at a lower price, so definitely keep them in mind. Let's talk about your laptop's hard drive. The hard drive is your permanent storage unit. The size of the storage you will need depends on what you'll be using your laptop for. Basic disk space for new laptops is around 80 gigabytes. This will be sufficient for most business computing needs. However, if you plan to use your computer for extensive multimedia, such as video or music, you will need more, perhaps 120 gigabytes. The only other key issue to consider when selecting a hard drive is the speed. Most laptop hard drives have a speed of 5,400 RPMs. However, make sure that you don't find one at 4,200 RPMs unless you're looking for a very low-end laptop. There is no specific formula for determining how much hard drive space you will need. The average user will not fill up a 60 gigabyte hard drive, but if you are into multimedia, keep the following in mind. The average song is about 4 megabytes. The average picture on a 6 megapixel camera takes up about 4 megabytes. The average movie is about 3 to 4 gigabytes. That is about 250 songs or pictures per gigabyte. If you plan to store music, pictures, and movies on your laptop, you will have to allocate that much space on the hard drive. It will be advantageous to have a DVD writer, either in the laptop or an external one, so you can back up your files and free up disk space. Keep in mind that if you outgrow your hard drive, upgrading it will not be easy, since you will have to reload your operating system, and getting to the hard drive in your laptop is very difficult. Upgrading a hard drive on a laptop is perhaps one thing you want to avoid. If you run out of space, you might want to consider moving files to an external hard drive or burning them on a CD or DVD. Let's talk about optical storage. This includes drives such as CD drives or DVD drives. It will be hard to find a new laptop these days without a CD or CDR drive. CDR is a CD recording or burning technology. It's also typical to see a DVD player on today's laptops. You'll also have the option of getting a DVD-R or a DVD-RW drive for recording and rewriting DVDs. For multimedia computers, you will definitely want a DVD drive. For anything else, you can weigh the prices and options. Optical storage drive speeds are measured with an X, otherwise known as times. In other words, 1x is real time, the speed as if you were watching the DVD or listening to the CD, and 2 times is twice as fast as real time. Currently, the maximum speed for burning DVDs is 16 times, and for CDs, 52 times. Additional ports. A minimum of 1 USB port is absolutely necessary. USB devices are becoming the standard for interface. Printers, mice, flash drives, hard drives, digital cameras, and many other devices come with USB interface. If your laptop has only 1 USB port, you most likely will want to acquire a USB hub, which will extend that port into multiple ports. USB hubs are relatively inexpensive, so it shouldn't be a major problem. You should also check for additional ports, including S-Video, VGA, and Consumer IR. Laptop batteries. Although you won't have a choice as to what battery your new laptop comes with, it is important that you look at the cost of a replacement battery. When buying a laptop, most of us don't think about replacement batteries right away, since it'll probably be a couple years before we need one. However, you may want to purchase an extra battery right away just in case you travel a lot or will need extended battery life. Battery prices vary, and it's desirable if you can find one from a third-party manufacturer. You can significantly save by considering third-party batteries for your laptop. Bluetooth. Bluetooth wireless technology enhances the personal connectivity market by providing freedom from wired connections, enabling links between mobile computers, mobile phones, portable handheld devices, and a connectivity to the internet. Bluetooth technology is relatively new in the laptop computer industry, and not yet widely used. We hope you enjoyed our laptop buying guide video. Please visit our site for other informative laptop videos and reviews.